It's a beautiful afternoon in Toronto. The roof at Rogers Centre is wide open. A spectacular day for baseball. Inside, it's Junior Jays Camp Day as they are set to watch the Boston Red Sox take on the Toronto Blue Jays. Hello, everybody. I'm Buck Martinez along with Pat Tabler. And, Pat, today we're going to see Brad Mills go to the mound for his third start of the season. He's had a good start. He's had a bad start. What does he have to do today to pitch well against Boston?
Well, simply put, he's got to keep the ball down. He's got to keep it on the corners. He did just that against the Baltimore Orioles in that start. Watch where these pitches are. They're down and they're right on the outside corner. He'll use his fastball. He'll use his curveball. He'll also use a changeup. But the important thing, I think, for Brad Mills, his location is superior because he doesn't overpower you. The problems he had against Tampa Bay, everything was center cut, right in the middle of the plate, and everything was up. He had first pitch strikes just 9 times the whole game. When you do that against a very veteran team and a team that makes adjustments like the Tampa Bay Rays, you're going to have your problems.
And you're going to face another veteran team today when you face the Boston Red Sox, and you can see his numbers against Baltimore. Just 2 hits over 7 innings, but quite a different story against Tampa Bay.
13 pitches per inning against Baltimore, 24 against Tampa. That's the adjustments that Tampa Bay does. And you know the Boston Red Sox with that great team, that great hitting team with all the veterans they have, they make adjustments also, and you have to pitch well because Boston has had their way here in Toronto.
The last 15 games, it's all Boston. They've won 12 of the 15 games. They've outpitched the Blue Jays. They've out-hit them, and they've hit 26 home runs. Bruce Walton, the pitching coach for the Blue Jays, is very proud of the development of his young pitching staff, but he has a pretty good idea what he needs to change if the Blue Jays are going to beat Boston.
Well, we got to keep them off balance. We've tried the last couple games. We haven't been very successful. They're a veteran club who sit on pitches, and, we've had a hard time figuring them out this year, and it's time for us to start pitching a little better against them.
Well, the Red Sox have an awful lot of very good hitters. And speaking of good hitters, Adam Lind is starting to show signs that his season is turned around. Last year, he established highs in doubles, home runs, and RBIs. And in August, he's hit .379. So, for more on Adam Lind and his hot bat, let's check in with Sam Cosentino.
Buck, we're hanging out at first base where Adam Lind will get the start today. Throughout the course of our broadcast this year, we've talked about the All-Star break being an area in which a player can clear his mind. And surely that's been the case for Adam Lind. Since the All-Star break, he has been absolutely outstanding. Average, on base, and slugging, all up into areas which we saw from last year. He's 10 for his last 20 on a 5-game hit streak and hopes to extend that here today against the Boston Red Sox.
It is Camp Day at Rogers Centre. A lot of kids in attendance, a lot of Boston Red Sox fans as well. The Blue Jays will try to finish up this homestand with 1 win in this series against Boston.
by your local independently owned home hardware or home hardware building center. Homeowners helping homeowners.
Absolutely spectacular day in Toronto. Terry Francona's Red Sox have won the first 2 games of this series. They have scored 17 runs in the first 2 games. Here's a look at his Red Sox lineup. Look at Bill Hall the last 4 games. He has been on fire. 7 for 16 with 3 home runs. 2 of those home runs came in last night's game when he tied his season high with 4 RBI. Hall's been a very valuable role player in that he starts in the outfield, starts on the infield, and today he's back at second base for the 2nd consecutive game.
15 home runs this year and just over 200 at bats. Brad Mills will get the start for the 3rd time this season. 2nd time that he has filled in for Brett Cecil. That was supposed to be Cecil's start here today, but he has been pushed back to Saturday. Mills was bumped up to pitch in this game. He will be optioned back to AAA following the start. He had a stellar game against Baltimore, his first game this year, but then gave up 5 runs, 4 base on balls, 4 innings against Tampa. That was a game Toronto ended up winning. That was on Saturday, so a better performance needed this afternoon from Brad Mills. Defensively for the Blue Jays, a couple of changes. Travis Schneider, Wells, and Bautista in the outfield. We've seen that before. Jose Molina back in behind the dish to form the battery with Brad Mills. And Adam Lynn will get the start over at first base. Just the 2nd start at first base this season for Adam Lynn in his career. Kyle Overbay with the day off, and Lynn having a little chat with Ellsbury.
Well, it's always fun to play a different position, and Lynn's getting a chance to start here at first again this afternoon. Jacoby Ellsbury set, takes the first pitch from Mills for a strike. Ellsbury back in the leadoff spot here this afternoon. He had been batting 9th in the previous 2 games of this series. Just a 200 average for Ellsbury. He's had 2 different stints on the disabled list.
And when he came off the disabled list the 2nd time, they put him in the number 1 hole in the batting order. He went 0 for 16. That didn't work out for 4 games. They put him back down at number 9, and he started taking off again.
Greg Gibson down at 3rd base, and no swing from Ellsbury. Ellsbury certainly an integral part of this ball club. He had 70 steals last year, played center field, and we're happy to have him healthy and back in the lineup. Late on the fastball. First time the Red Sox have seen Brad Mills, so they'll want to get a look to validate the scouting report and the video they have seen.
They'll have a couple of games to go by, and then they'll have to figure out which one is showing up here this afternoon. The real good one against Baltimore, hopefully.
Fouled off. That hit the umpire on the left hand and knocked the ball and strike indicator out of his hand. Jose Molina checking with Scott Berry, see if he's okay. Ball went off Molina's glove and then hit Berry on the left hand. You can see that indicator popped right out of his hand, and he's looking at the thumb to make sure everything is okay. 2-2 to Ellsbury. Popped out of play.
I love what Bruce Walton was telling us before the game about making adjustments to the Boston Red Sox hitter. He said, we have tried everything, but they're such a good veteran group, and they think right along with you. Did a great job in last night's game with the Red Sox hitters against Sean Markham.
Full count to Ellsbury. They came out very patient in that first inning and worked Markham for 3 base on balls, and he would eventually hit a batter. Change up, swung and missed. Ellsbury goes down swinging. Mills has his first strikeout.
Showed him fastballs until he got to 3-2 and then threw him that good changeup. Scouting report for Brad Mills. He is right over the top. He got some deception with that motion. I think he needs to use his curve and his changeup because they are above average, and he needs to stay down in the strike zone. Something he did not do in his last start, but did with regularity the first time against the Orioles.
Switch hitter Jed Lowry takes the first pitch strike from Mills. Lowry started on Tuesday night in the series opener, played second base, had 2 hits in 3 trips, and drove in a couple of runs. Late on a fastball.
Well, it's good to see so far. First two batters into this game. First pitch strikes. Again, he only did it 9 times in that start against Tampa. He also had just 2 swinging strikes in that game also. They really waited him out, did the Tampa Bay Rays. Won't overpower you. He's going to have to mix and match and add and subtract, but more importantly, keep the ball out of the middle of the plate.
Breaking ball up out of the zone. 2-2. It's all about maintaining a consistent delivery for Brad Mills, not trying to throw a breaking ball too hard and get a little extra on his fastball. Swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts to start the game for Brad Mills.
And the ball was down out of the middle. Watch this ball cut right on the inner half. Lowry with a big swing right over the top of it. 2 up, 2 down.
And Victor Martinez will bat. The number 3 hitter is starting at first base this afternoon. Had a good series. The switch hitter also batting right-handed against the left-handed pitcher. First pitch strike.
That RBI Martinez had in the 8th inning yesterday was a milestone RBI for Victor. 600 RBIs now in his big league career.
Curveball. 0-2. Great hitter. Came through the Cleveland Indian system, converted to a catcher, but a true number 3 hitter. In a hole, 0-2. Hit up the middle, base hit for Victor Martinez. He now has a 10-game hit streak.
He fits in so well with the Boston Red Sox. He is their type of hitter. By that I mean he's a switch hitter, very patient. He'll work for walks, see lots of pitches. He's over a 300 hitter and he's a great run producer. Fits in very nicely with this team.
It'll be interesting to see how they handle his free agency at the end of this season. Or they bring him back. One thing that's been constant in this lineup is the 4 hitter, David Ortiz. Once again, the DH here this afternoon. First pitch strike, nothing like it. Ortiz had a pair of doubles in the opener on Tuesday night. 1 for 4 last night. Missed off the plate outside. A ball on the strike. We're in the first inning here. Blue Jays trying to salvage the final game of this 3-game series. They lost the opener 7-5 and were pummeled last night. Lost 10-1. Good off-speed pitch. Ortiz fooled.
He hasn't seen that curveball before. It's a big, good one. Probably his 3rd best pitch, the curveball. Change-up number 1, fastball. Good, well-placed fastball number 2. That curveball really fooled Ortiz there.
Ground ball. Escobar has it at second base and retires Ortiz. Victor Martinez is stranded on base. Mills gives up a hit. Nothing more. We're scoreless after a half inning. In the offseason as a free agent with the Red Sox, and he has really lived up to their expectations.
Yeah, now in his 8th year in the big league, signed back in December to a big contract. He is 10-7. His ERA, though, is approaching 5, so it's been an up-and-down season for John Lackey. Still possesses a good fastball, good slider, good curveball. He'll give you innings, but look at the hits per innings pitch. That is not what John Lackey has brought in the past to the table. Big, strong right-hander. Has split 2 starts against Toronto this season, even though his ERA against him this year is approaching 11.
Lackey throws a first pitch strike to Fred Lewis. Lewis is the DH this afternoon. A little bit of a struggle of late for Fred Lewis, just 2 for 21 with a double. And breaking ball in there. Lackey's ahead, a ball and 2 strikes. I love the way Lackey works. He works very quickly, keeping the pressure on the hitter. Bouncing ball wide of third. Beltre gloves it right on the money to Martinez. 1 down. Take a look at the Blue Jays lineup today with Lewis as the DH. He's the top of the order. Cito Gaston's ball club has been stymied somewhat. Clay Buchholz yesterday was very good as he shut down the Blue Jays. It's Luis Escobar Bautista. And you can see Fred Lewis has good numbers against John Lackey. He is now 5 for 9 against Lackey. Molina back behind the plate, hitting in the 9th spot.
Ran into a hot pitcher in Daisuke Matsusaka the first day here against the Red Sox, and then Buchholz was outstanding, I thought, from the first pitch to the last pitch in last night's game.
8 innings, 5 hits, just a single run. It was unearned. That run came in the first inning, and after that, he was awfully stingy. 2 balls and a strike. If you're going to get a hot dog, be quick, because Lackey is in a hurry.
Works quickly, throws strikes. Consistency with that breaking ball, the key.
Breaking ball, hammered down the left field line. Escobar around first. Ball in the corner. McDonald digs it out. It'll be a 1-out double for Escobar. The breaking ball was up in the zone, and Escobar jumped all over it.
Just said it. It's got to be the key to him. The consistency of where the breaking ball is, and that's a hanger. The spinning curveball right in the wheelhouse for Escobar, and he knows what to do with that one. Right into the left field line. By the time it's dug out by McDonald, an easy double for Junel Escobar.
Well, Escobar sets up the team leader in RBI, Jose Bautista. Breaking ball in there for a strike. I talked about Bautista, about his approach as far as studying for a pitcher. He said, I look at his previous 2 starts and focus on the power hitters. So he watches the video of how Lackey pitched in his last 2 starts against the run producers.
What he does, how he sets him up. And he also has a little mini log of how they pitched him. And that time it was very quick. A couple of breaking balls and then a high fastball, and he can't hold off.
First strikeout for Lackey. Comes with the runner in scoring position.
Defensively, playing behind John Lackey this afternoon, the Red Sox middle of the pack in the American League in fielding percentage was 73 errors. A couple of changes also. Darnell McDonald with his first start in the series in left field. Jed Lowry will give Marco Scudero a day off. Victor Martinez comes out from behind the plate and goes over to first base. First look at Jared Saltalamacchia as he starts his first game for the Red Sox. Jed Lowry just his second start at shortstop. Marco Scudero has played all but 5 games. Started all but 5 games for the Red Sox. He gets the afternoon off today.
Wells behind. Now even with the count 1-1. Vernon Wells has a lot of at-bats against John Lackey, but not much success. He's had decent numbers against the Red Sox with 27 career home runs. And Cutter fouled out of play.
John Lackey has always talked about making himself a better pitcher, adding pitches as his career goes along. When he first came up, it was fastball, curveball, a little changeup. Now cutting the ball just a little bit more, making himself an all-round pitcher. He's a horse.
Little flare down the right field line, but it's a foul ball. Lackey got that fastball in on the hands of Vernon Wells. Wells and Lackey both lived down in the Arlington area. And Lackey, a Texas kid that grew up in the Angels organization, had a great breakthrough season in 2002. Fastball fouled into the seats. Lackey pitched the decisive game in the 2002 World Series against San Francisco as a rookie.
First rookie pitcher to start and win a 7th game of the World Series since Babe Adams way back in 1909. That's impressive.
Breaking ball. Wells chases Lackey, strikes him out. Second strikeout for John Lackey. Gives up a double and strands a base runner. We are scoreless after 1 at Rogers Center.
Launch a new 24-hour digital sports channel featuring the Jays, MLB, Barclays Premier League, NBA, Raptors, and a whole lot more. Where to find Rogers Sportsnet 1? On Rogers Cable, go to channel 394 and HD channels 395 and 584. Rogers Sportsnet 1 launches on Saturday.
Blue Jays will be in Anaheim taking on the Angels. Saturday's pitching matchup, Brett Cecil will go against Irvin Santana. The debut of Sportsnet 1. Adrian Beltre's had a big series. Free agent in the offseason. He has an option, but it's a player option. He has the ability to opt for free agency. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
What a second half he's putting together also. Over 350 since the All-Star break with power and production.
Ground ball to Encarnacion. Then makes the catch, and Beltre's retired.
Win an all-new Honda CRZ and other great prizes when you vote for the Honda Play of the Month. Vote today at BlueJays.com.
Good start for Brad Mills so far. He's pitched ahead, and the Red Sox guessing a bit early on. J.D. Drew dropped down in the order in last night's game. He started batting second for Terry Francona.
Terry Francona was talking after the game yesterday that he feels that they are such a better club when J.D. Drew is swinging the bat like he can. He's had a big series, a couple of home runs. He hadn't homered since July the 22nd, until he came into this series. He can do some damage at that plate.
Down and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the second inning. J.D. Drew very quiet at the plate. Not an awful lot of extra movement. I asked him about his bat last year in Boston. He used the same bat he started with. Just a K55 kind of R1 61. Thick handle, big barrel. About the same length and width. 34.5 inches, 32 ounces. Just very consistent in everything he does.
Never changed it. Nope. A lot of times players, as they get into August and September, they'll drop down a few ounces here or there because they get a little bit tired.
I used about 4 different bats in a game.
Well, they were all cracked.
I knew one of them was going to have a hit in. This guy's got a lot of hits, especially in this series. A couple of home runs that came in last night's game. 3 for 8 for the series for Bill Hall. The 1-out walk to J.D. Drew. It's important for a pitcher like Mills facing the Red Sox for the first time to pitch ahead, to eliminate the amount of information he gives to the hitters.
Strike 1, strike 2, and then you're not going to show them your good strikeout pitches early in the count. You can use it with 2 strikes. We got Ellsbury and Lowry swinging. Well, that's what I thought the Red Sox did a good job of last night, really making Sean Markham. It looked like, especially early in the game, that they were just letting his fastball and his cutters go by, and they were really sitting on his changeup and making him elevate it. That's what good teams do. They think about at bats. They have a plan. Something Cito Gaston has talked about since he got here a couple of years ago.
The ball on the strike to Hall. Upstairs. 2-1. Red Sox sent 7 men to the plate in the first inning. They worked Markham for 3 walks. He also hit a batter. But he did a pretty good job of minimizing the damage as he struck out the rookie Ryan Kalish after allowing just 1 run. Bill Hall has the count in his favor. Change up for a strike.
Good pitch. Stay out there against those right-handers, especially a hitter like Hall, who is hot. 7 home runs in his last 49 at-bats. So he's in one of those homer streaks.
Both of his home runs last night came on 3-2 pitches. So he saw a lot of pitches in each of those at-bats. Off-speed pitch. Ball strikes out. 3rd strikeout of the afternoon for Brad Mills.
As a pitcher, you want to create like you're throwing a fastball, so you have to have good arm action. And Mills has good arm action on his breaking pitches. He's right over the top. It looks like it's going to be a fastball. And it's like pulling a string. You're pulling it back, and hitters have a tough time picking it up.
Jared Saltalamacchia making his first start with the Red Sox behind the plate. Takes the first pitch strike. Saltalamacchia, another switch hitter in this lineup. They acquired Saltalamacchia from the Texas Rangers in a trade deadline deal. His numbers from AAA, both Oklahoma City and Pawtucket.
Three minor league players and cash considerations for a former high draft pick for Atlanta. Played for Atlanta, Texas, and now Boston in his big league career.
36th pick overall in the 2003 draft. Number 1 for Atlanta. 0-2. First we'll go to first base and check on J.D. Drew. 0-2. Another throw to first. Here doesn't run very often anymore. There's 3 steals in 4 attempts. Popped up over in front of the Red Sox dugout. Molina can't make a play on it as he slides into the dugout. Everybody was sitting on those coolers on the top step of the dugout. They bailed out in a hurry.
Ball wasn't hit very high by Saltalamacchia, but as a catcher, you got to find it. You run out of room. Best thing to do, go down. Slides right in. Thank goodness he didn't hit those coolers. Would have sprayed some of those players on the bench.
Another 0-2 pitch from Mills. 2 down here in the second. Saltalamacchia got jammed again with that fastball. Saltalamacchia was traded from the Atlanta Braves to Texas in the Mark Teixeira deal. Mark Teixeira and Ron Mayhew went to Atlanta. Just outside. That trade took place in July of 2007 at the trade deadline. Saltalamacchia, Bo Jones, Matt Harrison, and Elvis Andrews and Neftali Felice. Off the end of the bat, Aaron Hill's got a long run. Can't get to it. Bounces over Bautista's head. J.D. Drew is getting stopped at third base. Boy, that was perfect positioning by Saltalamacchia. Adam Lynn didn't get a very good break on him. The only one that had a shot at it was Aaron Hill. He just couldn't get there.
He had a great angle to get it, but it just wasn't hit high enough off the bat of Saltalamacchia. This could have turned out a lot worse for the Blue Jay. When Hill goes after the ball and dives for it, he actually runs into Jose Bautista, and they get tangled up a little bit. J.D. Drew thought might have had a shot to score, but he's coming around second base, not really letting it go. Tim Bogar's watching that play in front of him. There was also no cutoff man when Adam Lynn went out there. First baseman is usually the cutoff man. All 3 of them were out there. Bautista had to throw it all the way into home.
Darnell McDonald, the left fielder, ducks back from an inside fastball. Boy, that was a great example of J.D. Drew assuming that pop-up was going to be caught. He was jogging into second, and Tim Bogar, the third base coach, was encouraging him to run. He saw nobody was going to make that catch. A ball on the strike.
Then it hits the turf and bounces really high. When the turf gets warm like today, it becomes a little bit more spongy. Ball bounced over the head of Bautista, but Drew still couldn't score. So it worked out nicely for the Blue Jays.
A ball on the strike. Upstairs, 2-1. Mills going to have to pitch out of this jam. McDonald has done a good job against the Blue Jays this season. Gotten some key hits against them. He too is a former #1 pick of the Baltimore Orioles. Another off-speed pitch. McDonald anticipating fastball and didn't get it.
That's what Mills will have to do, at least early in the game, when fastball counts, really surprise them by using that changeup for strike.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Strike 3, got it. Brad Mills punches out Darnell McDonald with runners at second and third. He gave up a walk and a base hit, and then throws a great changeup to get McDonald. We're still scoreless.
win Sharp Aquos products, including a new HD Quadron TV and Blu-ray player. Enter online at Hit a Home Run with Sharp.ca. Sharp Aquos with Quadron technology. You have to see it to see it.
Adam Lynn takes a look at that curveball. Rocky jumps out in front. Mentioned Lynn hitting .375 in the month of August. He's on a 5-game hit streak. Pops this one up into right field. J.D. Drew on the move and makes the catch.
Lackey working quickly, throwing strikes. Let's take a look at the scouting report from the 6'6" veteran. Strong arm starter. He's good for 200 innings pitched when he is healthy. And I think he needs to pitch off of his fastball. That will dictate his success because he'll then come with cutters, curves, and changeups. Basically stays away from right-handed hitters. There's a good fastball on the outside part of the plate. Early in his career, he had 5 straight seasons of at least 32 starts, so he can answer the bell and he'll give you plenty of innings.
Aaron Hill pops it into the Red Sox broadcast booth. Don Orsillo and Jerry Remy doing the game. Jerry Remy, the former second baseman, probably made the play.
He had to make the play. He had some sweet hands, didn't he?
There's a base hit into center field for Aaron Hill. Again, Lackey left that ball up in the zone, and Hill jumped all over it.
I think he wants that 0-2 pitch back. He was trying to use his fastball. Wanted this one down and away, and it was right down the middle. About belt high, and Aaron Hill, a good hitter, is going to hit that one every time.
So with one out, and Hill at first base, Travis Snyder will step in. Snyder hit in the leadoff spot in last night's game. Takes the first pitch strike from Lackey. Snyder had a good start to this series. On Tuesday, he homered and hit a double. Just off the plate outside.
Show the good numbers that Snyder has had since his recall. 3 doubles, couple of home runs, 6 RBIs. He has 8 home runs in just 42 games this year.
Went after the curveball.
We were talking about it last night, how important it is the last 6 weeks of the season, 6-7 weeks of the season is for Snyder. When you put those numbers together, 8 home runs in 42 days or 42 games, and average them out over the season.
There goes the base runner. Hill slides in head first, and he's tagged out. Jared Saltalamacchia has not thrown well in his career, but right there he threw a strike and nailed Aaron Hill.
Quickly, Hill tries to catch the Boston Red Sox napping, and Saltalamacchia with a good strong throw to get the runner at second base. Saltalamacchia now 1 for 2.
Beltre not in time. What an effort by Travis Snyder. Busted it down the line, and Beltre made a terrific defensive play, but couldn't get to his feet quick enough to throw Snyder out.
Well, he had to throw from his knees, but still was very accurate. Look, he stretches all the way out, knows that he's got to hurry it from his knees, gets it over there, but Snyder beats it coming out of the box, thinking about base hit. Vic Martinez, the first baseman, tries to cheat a little bit right there, pull that foot to show the umpire that it was in time, but he was going to have none of that.
Edwin Encarnacion takes the breaking ball outside. A little bit of a struggle for Edwin over his last 3 games, 0 for 10. Encarnacion hit a couple of balls hard in this series. He was robbed of a base hit in the first game when he hit a hot shot to Beltre, who backhanded it and threw him out. A ball and no strikes. 2-0. He pulled the breaking ball down out in the strike zone. drive right to the shortstop, Jed Lowry. So Lackey gives up a couple of hits but strands a base runner. We are scoreless after 2 here at Rogers Center. Guests of At My Best and Friends, courtesy of TD Canada Trust. A spectacular day here at Rogers Center, and guests having a perfect vantage point to watch this final game of the series. Blue Jays will head out on the road after this game. They'll fly to Los Angeles to take on the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim in a weekend series before they head north to Oakland to take on the A's for a 3-game set.
Final trip by the Boston Red Sox into Rogers Center this year. That's hard to believe. 3 times they've been here already.
Jacoby Ellsbury bounced for a second time this afternoon. Second time through the order, a real challenge for a young pitcher facing a veteran team like the Red Sox. They got their first look at Brad Mills in the first 2 innings. Now they have a little bit more information.
We'll see what they do with it. 4 punch outs of the first 9 batters for Brad Mills.
Base hit right back into center field. Ellsbury stayed on that pitch. Let's check in with Sam Cosentino.
Well, Buck, we've all had our trials and tribulations while traveling, but how about this for Brad Mills before his last start Saturday? Vegas to Charlotte, then rerouted to Greensboro, then back to Charlotte. Missed his connection to Toronto. Had a town car taken from Raleigh for 7 a.m. flight to Toronto. He arrived at 8:45 in Toronto before getting down to the ballpark at 9:30 for a 1 p.m. start. So maybe we should give him a hall pass for that last one.
That's good of you to point out. It's a tough trip from Las Vegas to Toronto, and he had a lot of challenges getting here, but he's here now. Had a good week of rest and anxious to beat the Red Sox here this afternoon.
Well, already he looks like a different pitcher from the one we saw against Tampa. Pitching ahead. Throwing good quality pitches so far.
Used his off-speed pitches very effectively. Here he's got an even count at 1-1 to Jed Lowry. Lowry struck out on an inside cut fastball his first time up. Ellsbury, a threat to steal. Time was called at home plate. Cat and mouse game going on between Ellsbury and Mills. He's trying to take the quickness away from Ellsbury by holding the baseball, and Jed Lowry had to wait too long. A ball on the strike. The fact that Mills is working for the first time against the Red Sox also impacts Ellsbury as a base runner.
He's never seen his move before, or what he'll do when he is out on that mound. Does he hold the ball? Does he slide step? What does his move look like when he throws over to first base?
Jose Molina is going to go out there and remind Brad Mills what the goal is. Focus on the hitter. To get the hitter out, you don't have to worry about the base runner. When he got the Red Sox shortstop now, he's facing him with a 3-1 count.
He has seen these situations plenty in his career as Jose Molina, a young pitcher out there. Tough to split your concentration level, thinking about the runner over at first base and then your job at hand of trying to throw good quality pitches.
3 balls, 1 strike. He walked him. Base hit and a walk to start the third. Check in with Sam Cosentino.
Oh, Buck, and I forgot to mention it took 3 days to get his equipment bag for Brad Mills, and his suitcase just got here today. So needless to say, it's been a bit of a rough go.
The important thing is he got here and made the start.
Your body clock, you're on a different time zone. It takes 3 or 4 days to get used to things.
So the Sox are threatening here in the third. We are scoreless. It's first and second. Nobody out for Victor Martinez. It's the first pitch fastball for a strike. Martinez extended his hit streak to 10 games with a single in the first inning. Speed pitch missed the outside corner. Ball on the strike.
See how patient they are this time through. Lowry wasn't biting at those pitches. Victor Martinez did not bite on that pitch just off the plate.
Ball on the strike. There go the base runners. Molina can't find the handle. Ellsbury got a great break from second base. Lowry followed him in to second base.
Steals his double steal. Steals his 7th base. Ellsbury, that one was on the pitcher. He was just giving him one look. Third pitch into the at bat. Ellsbury picks up on it, gives him just one look, and as soon as he turned his head towards home, he took off. Molina really doesn't have a shot at that low pitch to try and throw out Ellsbury at third base. So the Red Sox have something going here.
When we talk about the second time through the batting order, the Red Sox have made some adjustments. 2 balls and a strike to Victor Martinez. Drilled to right field. Bautista will make the catch. Ellsbury will tag at third base. Here's the throw to the plate. Not in time. Ellsbury scores the first run of the ball game. Bautista made it much closer than it looked like it might be.
Considering the type of speed that Ellsbury has and where that ball was hit, I didn't think he had any shot at either one of the base runners. With that good arm in right field, it's quick and it's accurate. He sets himself, plants that right foot, and quickly gets rid of it. Ellsbury runs so well. Just ahead of the throw from Bautista, Lowry heads up, tags from second base. Gets himself to third with less than 2 outs.
And that'll bring the infield in for David Ortiz. Takes the first pitch strike. Ortiz grounded out to Escobar on the right side of second base, his first time up. Great pitch right on the corner. How comfortable do you think the infielders are on the right side of the infield right now?
Being so close. Aaron Hill's usually playing short right field. He is now in about halfway. You can see the defensive alignment for the Blue Jays now with a runner at third, a little bit different when David Ortiz is at the plate as opposed to nobody on. They're playing him in the traditional form.
Deep right field. Bautista on the run. Won't get it. It's off the wall. Lowry comes in from third base. Ortiz is held to a long single, but the Red Sox have jumped out in front 2-0. Second time through the order. Quite a different story for Boston.
And they try to go back inside to try and tie up David Ortiz, but he's still very quick on the inner half. You've got to get it in, and I think you've got to get it up above those hands. And if you don't, Ortiz is still very dangerous as he pulls the hands in, gets the barrel of the bat to the ball, and hits it off the wall in right field.
Adrian Beltre takes a fastball on the inside corner. You talk about the Red Sox being patient. How much does it help their approach that Mills doesn't have a 90-mile-an-hour fastball?
I think that's a big part of it. He can't blow it by you. I remember facing left-handers who couldn't throw it by you. All you think about is trying to hit the ball up the middle. Don't pull off of his off-speed pitches. Don't be so anxious to go out there and get it, because you don't have to be afraid that he's going to throw the ball by you. You can stay on it just a little bit longer. Their approach is a lot better this second time through than what we saw at the first couple of innings.
Trey is late on that pitch. 0-2. It's not that Mills can't win pitching with a fastball in the mid-80s. Jamie Moyer is a perfect example of somebody like that, but it really demands that you make quality pitches. Ball is drilled to center field. Wells back, has room, fighting the sun, makes the catch.
I agree with you about that statement. If you don't have that reserve where you can throw 95 or 96 in late innings or when you get into trouble, like a couple of pitchers that we have seen in this series, you are constantly adjusting and outthinking hitters. Jamie Moyer is a great example of what Brad Mills is all about.
Mills reminds me of the late John Cerruti as well. Not overpowering, but he had to make quality pitches. He had the same type of stuff that Mills has. And he had success, pitched some great games. But it really demands that you pay attention to what the hitters are doing. If they're leaning out over the plate, you've got to use that 86-mile-an-hour fastball to push them back, keep them honest.
How about reinventing yourself, as you go through seasons, picking up new pitches, not falling into any patterns? There's pitchers who you see them the first time through, and they're fastball, curveball, changeup. The next time you see them, all of a sudden they've got a splitter, or they cut the ball in on your hands. Those are the guys that surprise you. Then you might see them again, and they've got better changeups, and they're turning over their fastball.
Ripped down the right field line. That's a fair ball. Skips into the seats. It'll be a ground rule double for J.D. Drew. David Ortiz will stop at third base. Red Sox have made some effective adjustments.
Well, he's also missing his location. We talked at the top that he's got to keep the ball down and on the corners, and watch where this one is. Without letter high over the middle of the plate, he's got to get the ball down. And Drew, a good hitter, rips it down the right field line, just inside the line for a ground rule double.
Bill Hall with Red Sox at second and third. 2 runs in this inning. Red Sox used a 5-run fifth in last night's game to build their lead to 9-1. Oh-2.
You see how Bill Hall tried to go out there and hit that ball instead of letting it come to him? He struck out his first time up on the same type of pitch, changeup.
0-2. Strike 3 call. Bill Hall caught looking at a good inside fastball. Brad Mills comes up with the strikeout. But the Red Sox put up 2 in the third. Hall goes down looking. 5th strikeout of the afternoon. Boston leads it 2-0.
The Jays on Rogers Sportsnet. Brought to you by your local independently owned home hardware or home hardware building center. Homeowners helping homeowners.
Back at Rogers Center on a glorious Thursday afternoon. Brad Mills with a big strikeout to strand 2 Red Sox base runners. Jose Molina jumps on the first pitch and pops it foul out of play. Molina starting today. JP Arencibia caught 3 of the last 4 games. Bouncing ball up the middle. Lowry behind second. Plenty of time to get Molina. Jed Lowry started at second base on Tuesday night. Did not start in the game last night. Came on defensively. It's an interesting study. His fiance works in Toronto at the U.S. consulate. Lowry has spent his off season here last year and plans to do the same this winter. Stay in Toronto.
He's a good player. Can play all over the infield. Just has to stay healthy. He's had problems staying on the field.
This year he's dealt with mononucleosis, and he's just recently back to the active roster. Fred Lewis gets jammed on that fastball. Well, let's see if the Blue Jays can do something against Lackey. Second time through the order. Lackey worked very quickly first 2 innings. John Lackey signed in the offseason with the Boston Red Sox. Spent his entire career with the Angels. Bounced foul. Lackey probably got tired of losing to the Red Sox in the postseason. The last 3 seasons pitching for the Angels. He went up against Boston 2007, 2008, 2009. He was 1-2. Finally won a game against Boston last year. Just foul outside of first.
Can't beat him, join him.
Can't beat him, join him. And he went up against that tough Boston team in the postseason for 3 straight years and recognized that if you're going to be a free agent, you want to play on a postseason ball club, Boston's a pretty good fit. Breaking ball fouled out of play. You made a great point about Lackey's durability. He is truly what you want at the front end of your rotation. He was the ace for the Angels when he signed. Certainly doesn't have to carry that mantle here with the Red Sox.
Just be one of the guys with Boston. Well, he's big and he's strong. Very durable. Last couple of seasons, Los Angeles, he spent some time on the DL. But that 5-year stretch for Lackey, where he averaged 33 starts per season, shows you the kind of bull he is when he takes the mound.
Lewis strikes out, 2 outs now for Yunel Escobar. Cuts on the first pitch, drives it to right field. J.D. Drew's got a beat on it on the warning track and runs it down. Quick inning for John Lackey, a 1-2, 3/3 after the Red Sox had staked him to a 2-0 lead. Boston leads it after 3. On the Angels in the 3-game series, and the pitching matchup for the series, Mark Zubczynski will be recalled for the minors and take on fellow left-hander Scott Kazmir. Saturday, the coverage begins at 8:30 Eastern Time. Brett Cecil goes up against Irvin Santana, and Ricky Romero will wrap up the series against newly acquired Dan Herron. Herron came to the Angels from the Arizona Diamondbacks. That'll be a Sunday 3:35 p.m. start. Great play by Encarnacion in time to get Saltalamacchia. Edwin Encarnacion has really turned his game around defensively at third.
Certainly has. He's always had very soft hands over there at third base, but he's getting better jumps on the ball. Watch this one. Short hop, snags it, and then that's a design play to just bounce the ball over to the first baseman. If you're more accurate, you can keep the ball low, so the first baseman just has to stretch out and make the play. Great play from Edwin Encarnacion.
Darnell McDonald was a strikeout victim his first time up. Chases the high fastball. Right on the corner. A ball and 2 strikes. Laid off that outside changeup.
Darnell McDonald's been a different player since he has gone over to the Boston Red Sox. Homered his first 2 games as a member of the Red Sox, and has fit in very nicely. He's come up with some really big hits for him.
Chases that changeup, strikes out.
You could win an all-new Honda CRZ and other great prizes when you vote for the Honda Play of the Month. Vote today at BlueJays.com.
2 outs here in the 4th inning. Blue Jays trailing 2-0. Kobe Ellsbury takes the first pitch curveball for a strike. Ellsbury got the scoring started in the 3rd. He led off that inning with a sharp single into center. Right back with the curveball. 0-2.
Not afraid to double up with that curveball. Show it to the left-hander. Jose Molina does a good job behind that plate, helping young pitchers through tough times.
I think we saw a good example of how important their experience has been over the last few days. With John Buck on the disabled list, J.P. Arencibia came up and had a terrific debut on Saturday. But the pitching aspect of things has changed dramatically without the presence of one of those 2 veterans behind the plate. Arencibia trying to get some impact from the starting staff, but it's an adjustment. You come up, you deal with major league hitters every at bat. When they make adjustments, you have to counteract those. Those great pulls with fouls.
So much to learn when you first come up. Your head is spinning, first of all, because you're in the big leagues, and especially the splash that he had in his first game. But the only thing you know about these hitters is what you have seen on television. It's a lot different than sitting behind that plate.
Well, the value of experience allows you to make adjustments during the course of the game. You can go into a ball game with a great game plan, but if that's not working, you have to be light on your feet and make adjustments. Bouncing ball is short. Escobar has it on the money, and Mills rebounds with a 1-2-3 4th inning. Good bounce back inning for Brad Mills. Blue Jays got some work to do offensively. They're down by 2.
Quatron TV Plus Blu-ray player. Quatron, it's 4 colors, not 3. To enter, visit hitahomerunwithsharp.ca. That's hitahomerunwithsharp.ca.
Jose Bautista lays off the first pitch fastball from John Lackey. Curveball missed down and away. Look how quickly Bautista's getting ready. He knows Lackey is working very quickly. Looks at the curveball.
He is not stepping out of that box, is he?
It's a thing of beauty. A little slider, he swings right through it. 2-2.
He's only faced him 7 times as Jose Bautista, and he's had 1 hit, the 1 hit being a home run against Lackey. It's pitching him tough, staying away from him. You saw what happens when you come inside to Bautista a couple of nights ago when he homered to left field.
Leadoff walk. Boy, Bautista's done a great job of not expanding his zone. He'll take that walk, set the table for Vernon Wells.
I think he knew exactly what John Lackey was going to try and do to him in that at-bat, and he just spit on that breaking ball away.
68th walk of the season. He trails Derek Barton of the Athletics by 1. Vernon Wells struck out on a curveball his first time up. Right back through the middle. He undresses Lackey. Bautista headed for third. Here's the throw from Ellsbury. Not in time. Great job by Bautista challenging Jacoby Ellsbury.
Certainly. Don't know how this ball did not hit John Lackey. This had Lenia right off of his leg all the way. And I think when Bautista sees that Ellsbury is going away from third base, he's going to test that arm when he gets over there with nobody out. Watch him. Takes a quick glance. He sees the play's right in front of him. And he knows how hard it is for an outfielder to go away from the base that you're throwing to. Come up and throw a strike.
Sharply hit to Bill Hall, second base for one, back to first, double play. Bautista scores on the play. Lynn scorched it, but right after second baseman Bill Hall. It's a one-run game.
Bad luck right there for Adam Lynn, who is hitting the ball hard every time up, it seems like. That one right at Hall, tailor-made double play. Blue Jays on the board with their first run.
Bautista manufactured a run going first to third on that base hit to center. There's a fly ball to right. It'll be a quick inning. Drew battling the sun, but hangs in there to make the catch. But Jose Bautista's aggressive base running leads to a run. Lackey needed just 9 pitches, but the Blue Jays have made it a one-run game. Great base running by Bautista. We'll watch. See the Jays take on the LA Angels at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Rogers Sportsnet 1, the exclusive home of 25 Jays games this season. Where to find Rogers Sportsnet 1? Rogers Cable Channel 394, HD Channel 395, and 584. That's Saturday, the launch of Rogers Sportsnet 1. So the Blue Jays have gotten back into this game. It's a 2-1 ball game as the Red Sox bat in the fifth. There's a long drive off the bat of Jed Lowry. That ball is gone. Boy, Lowry has had some series, his first home run of the season. He erases the impact of that one run the Blue Jays scored. It's a 3-1 Red Sox lead.
Started at second base, the first time here, defensive replacement. First time he's played third in about a year, and now the shortstop tags this ball to right field. It looked like it was going to be a fly ball, but it just kept carrying. Meredith Wells has no chance as it lands into the first row. First home run of the season for Lowry. Told you he likes Canada.
It's an off-season home for Jed Lowry. Victor Martinez takes the first pitch strike. Martinez with a base hit and a sac fly. Driven in a run here this afternoon. That base hit extends his personal hit streak to 10 games. A ball and a strike. Red Sox didn't waste any time getting that run back. Blue Jays scored a run at the bottom of the fourth, and Red Sox come right back with a run of their own. 2 balls and a strike.
Martinez has been lighting up lefties this year, hitting over 400. 6 of his 10 home runs have been against left-handed pitching.
Curveball bounced foul outside of third. Most switch hitters are right-handed hitters that convert to the left side to become switch hitters. So it's not unusual that you have a better hitter from the right side. He's more natural position facing left-handed pitching.
Well, this guy can just hit. Won a couple of batting titles when he was in the minor leagues with the Indians. He's had 320 home run seasons.
Swings and misses at the changeup. Brad Mills, his 7th strikeout of the afternoon.
Martinez doesn't strike out a lot, just 32 times this year, but he is crossed up by a good breaking ball throw. Brad Mills, that's what you want to do after give up the home run, come right back and get a good hitter.
Ortiz cuts on a pitch and fouls it into the seats. David Percy up for his 2nd time. Down in the bullpen. Just off the plate outside. Ortiz hit a rocket off the wall in right to drive in a run back in the 3rd inning. He was held to a long single. The RBI, his 74th of the season. 87-mile-an-hour fastball, one of the better fastballs Mills has thrown here this afternoon. There's that shift they use against Ortiz with nobody on. Aaron Hill is in shallow right field. Not even shallow right field. He's in medium right field. Two balls and 2 strikes. Red Sox have outscored the Blue Jays in the first 2 games, 17-6. They have a 3-1 lead here in the finale. Deep right field. Bautista can only watch it sail out of here. Ortiz has gone deep. His 25th home run of the season. The Red Sox are up 4-1.
David Ortiz just missed a home run his last time up on a pitch that went off the wall. This time they wanted the ball away, and it's over the middle of the plate. 25 home runs now for David Ortiz. He got off to that really rough start this year, but since May the 1st, only Jose Bautista and Mark Teixeira have more home runs than Big Papi. Bautista, all he can do is watch as Ortiz will circle the bases, and Cito Gaston will come out of that dugout.
Another 2-hit afternoon for Ortiz. Brad Mills will turn the ball over to Cito Gaston, who will in turn pass it on to David Percy. The Red Sox have had their way with the Blue Jays so far in this series. Percy will try to change that when we come back. Percy. Has 7 seasons with the Red Sox in which he's hit 25 home runs or more. That ties him for second place on the Red Sox all-time home run list with Jim Rice, who also had 7 25 or more homer seasons. They trail Ted Williams. Williams only had 14. So 14. David Ortiz comes through again.
And he loves facing the Blue Jays. Now 37 home runs in his career versus Toronto. David Percy comes out of the bullpen for the 24th time this season. There's his record 0-1 with an ERA of 3. Opponent's hitting just 186 against Perth. First batter he gets is Adrian Beltre. Ortiz seems to always hit at least one home run in a series against the Blue Jays. He has just worn them out in his career.
There's a pop-up a mile high on the infield. Escobar at short makes the catch. 2 outs now here in the 5th. You remember the first trip in town, the Red Sox came in town. Ortiz was actually pinch hit for. Mike Lowell hit for him, and Lowell would draw the bases loaded walk, which turned out to be the winning run in that ball game. But Ortiz was very upset being lifted for a pinch hitter.
I believe that was 2 times in 1 week that Ortiz was pinch hit for. Terry Francona just trying to get something going back then.
Well, to his credit, Ortiz has turned things around dramatically.
He certainly has. 24 home runs now since May the 1st.
J.D. Drew has a double. He's also walked. Reach for that pitch on the outside part of the plate. A ball and 2 strikes. David Percy, his assignment now to shut down the Red Sox and give his hitters a chance to get back in this game. Ball into right field, but Bautista will make the grab, and Drew's retired. David Percy does his jobs, comes out of the bullpen after one out, gets 2 quick outs, but it's home run here in the 5th. Jed Lowry going to center, his first of the season, and Big Poppy to right field, his 25th. Red Sox lead it 4-1. Starch has been hit hard by the Blue Jays, lasting just an average of 5 2/3, but it's a different story for him here this afternoon as he's held the Blue Jays in check on just 4 hits and allowed a single run.
Certainly has. There are the numbers, his last 4 starts versus the Blue Jays. One of those starts was back in July right here where he allowed 7 runs, 8 hits, season high 6 walks, but it's a different John Lackey today. Working quicker. Got a much better breaking ball than the one we saw back in July.
Travis Snyder and an infield single his first time up. Checks his swing. Snyder hit a ball wide of third base. Adrian Beltre gloved it and from his knees tried to make a throw, but Snyder hustled down the line and beat the throw. Two balls and 2 strikes. Blue Jays have to dig in their heels against John Lackey and try to get back in this ball game and salvage the final game of this series. Strike 3 call. Like Lackey took something off the fastball, just 86 miles an hour, but it was effective. 4th strikeout of the afternoon for Lackey.
Changing speeds well, got a good breaking ball. Cutter that backs up on him, and it freezes Travis Snyder. 4 times now Lackey has struck out a batter.
Off the end of the bat, hopped into foul ground. Victor Martinez over near the wall. It's out of reach. Boy, it is so evident that Lackey feels very confident about his stuff as quickly as he's working. He's not giving the Blue Jay hitters any time at all to get comfortable in the batter's box.
Body language will tell you that from pitchers a lot of times when they are on that mound. But also the pace will tell you how they feel. And from what we have seen so far this afternoon from Lackey, he's brought his A game.
Looks like he feels pretty good.
The road hasn't been real kind to him this year. He's got a losing record with an ERA of 4.5. Pitched much better in Fenway Park, which is a surprise because he's a fly ball pitcher in that ballpark. But today he's keeping everything down.
A good fastball on the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Encarnacion wouldn't go fishing. It's a full count. Hopped up. Right side in. Goodell Hall from second base behind Victor Martinez makes the catch. 2 outs here in the 5th. Jose Molina grounded to short his first time up. Another pop-up on the right side. J.D. Drew over near the line, but it'll be back into the seats. And Wynn pushed that one right out of play.
Not a lot of ground ball outs from Lackey. He will challenge you.
See, the breeze is picked up here this afternoon. And it is pushing those balls from left to right. Oh, 0-1 to Molina. Cut on and missed. Lackey and Molina were teammates with the Angels. So they're known a lot of secrets between one another. He's off that breaking ball. Just off the plate outside. Fly ball into the outfield. J.D. Drew has it. Still battling that sun. Looked right up into the sun. Had the glasses down and hung in there to make the play. A gorgeous afternoon in Toronto. The Blue Jays still trail the Red Sox by 3.
With the Jays, win a trip for you and 3 friends to see the Jays take on Boston at Fenway Park. Prize includes airfare, hotel accommodations, $1,000 to spend, and a meet and greet on the field. To enter, visit BlueJays.com. And just a reminder, this contest closes Monday, August 16th, so get in to BlueJays.com and register now.
Sign up and go to Boston and watch the Blue Jays take on the Red Sox at Fenway Park. That $1,000 will get you a nice Italian meal in the north end of Boston.
The 1,000.
Maybe a glass of wine with it. Bill Hall will start things off here in the 6th inning. They've kept Bill Hall quiet here this afternoon. He's gone down on strikes twice.
Hall was a player in Milwaukee. He really established himself as a pretty decent player. But he was talking after the game yesterday, but the last couple of years have not been very fun for him. He became a bench player, a part-time player for him. Says he actually lost confidence in his ability. Hard to believe a big league player with the things that he has done on the field will lose confidence in themselves, but sometimes that's how fragile guys are.
Well, if you're not playing, you start to wonder if you've lost your skills. Then you go up there and you press a bit. You don't get any good at bats, and not many good things happen to you.
Start doubting yourself, doubting your abilities. The one thing that he said coming over to Boston and contributing to this team, they're having a great season, 17 games over 500 for the second time. So he's having fun again. Said it's put me in a really happy place.
And the one thing you want to do as a player is contribute. Contributing to a winning effort. This time he goes down swinging. It's a hat trick for Bill Hall today. He's struck out 3 times. Percy gets him. And we had mentioned the dominance of the Red Sox. And you can see the East, how the Blue Jays have done great against the Orioles. Played okay against New York and Tampa Bay. But look at the record against Boston. Just 2-9. And if they had split those first games and gone 5-6, 6-5, and been a much better record in the East.
And, you know, they have been one-run games, but there's also been a couple of blowouts against the Boston Red Sox this year. The Red Sox have outscored the Jays by 33 runs this year, building up that 9-2 advantage.
Saltalamacchia lifts a lazy fly ball into right. You can see Bautista, just like J.D. Drew, having trouble with those high flies in the sun.
There are years like that where you just, everything you try to do against certain teams, it doesn't work. And you have seasons like that. I remember back in the 90s when the Blue Jays had great teams here. We couldn't beat the Brewers. The Brewers were a great team. 500 seasons, but they would come in here and they would wear us out.
I'll never forget David Cohn's first night here at Denver Rogers or Skydome. He came in, sat down on a Friday night and watched the Brewers pound out 22 runs. And he was going to pitch on Saturday night.
I remember that.
Yeah,
because I got to play.
He was charting the game and charted the Brewers wearing out the Blue Jays, and I'm all the while thinking, I've got to pitch against these guys tomorrow night.
That's how they were against us. I mean, they would just wear us out. We'd go to Milwaukee, 3 out of 4 we're losing.
Two balls, no strikes. Percy throws a fastball in there. 2 outs here in the 6th inning. David Percy came on with 1 out in the 5th and retired the first 2 batters to get out of the inning. Cut on and missed by McDonald. Percy worked in the game last night, pitched the 9th inning, gave up a single, but then retired the next 3 batters with a strikeout. Bouncing ball in the hole off the glove of Escobar. Escobar ranging to his right, extended for it, but it tipped off his glove into left field.
Red Sox have now doubled the hit total of the Blue Jays, hit number 8. Percy wanted that ball in and got it up, and Escobar, I think even if he comes up with it, it's going to be a bang-bang play over at first base. You can see McDonald hustling down that line and base hit.
McDonald's first hit this afternoon. Jacoby Ellsbury has a hit in 3 trips. Ellsbury back in the leadoff spot. This is the 14th time he's hit leadoff for the Red Sox. They would like to have him return to the form they saw last year on the leadoff spot, where he really set the table and utilized his great speed.
And if you make a mistake, too, he can pop one out of the ballpark. Never understood that, why they wanted to move him out of center field with that great speed.
Well, they acquired the former Gold Glover Mike Cameron, but Cameron's in the later stages of his career. They just felt like they'd be a better defensive ball club, and it certainly cost them as Ellsbury ran into Adrian Beltre. Both of them first-time teammates, not really used to the range and their defensive skills. Cost Ellsbury most of the season. Look out. All the way behind Ellsbury's head. All the way back to the backstop. McDonald moves into second base. That's dangerous, isn't it? The hitter generally backs up when he sees the ball up and in. But this one was behind him. Had good carry on that ball.
Just
all the way to the backstop. Ball just looked like it was meant to be a breaking ball or something. Molina was set up down and away.
Down and away, and it looked like he lost the grip on it.
Ellsbury went too far. I was just informed by my crack statistician, Scott Carson, that that was a wild pitch.
Really? That's pretty good.
He's on top of it.
He is all over that.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 6th. Bounced and blocked by Molina. It's a 4-1 game. Certainly Blue Jays would love to keep the Red Sox in check. Come back and win this game. You had mentioned how the Red Sox have dominated this series. Blue Jays are 23-10 against the rest of the American League East. Full count, 2 outs. McDonald at second. Bounce toward second. Lynn cuts in front of Hill. High throw. Percy does a heck of a job of stepping on the bag for the out. May have twisted his ankle in the effort, but he's able to retire Ellsbury. Took the high throw and stepped on the bag. Kind of got the back edge of the bag and twisted his ankle. It's a 4-1 game. Blue Jays will bat bottom of the 6th. with Cito Gaston and the trainer Mike Frostad, and it looks like he's going to leave the ball game. Fred Lewis hits one down the left field line. This is trouble. It's a fair ball off the wall. Darnell McDonald gets it back in, but Fred Lewis has a stand-up double to start the sixth.
Something he has done now 29 times this year. Now to that leadoff spot. Got some power. Muscles this ball the other way. Inside out, and there's some tremendous carry to left field. No chance for McDonald to get that one. And with that good speed from Lewis, he's going to hustle all the way into second base. Good start.
Blue Jays trail by 3. Batting in the 6th. Yunel Escobar had a double in his first at bat. Plays off the breaking ball. It's a fastball. It's 1-1.
Blue Jays now looking for base runners. Get that tying run to the plate. Escobar has been so good at laying down bunts to get aboard. Beltre is deep at third.
Base hit right field. Drew gets to it quickly. Lewis will stop at third. First and third, nobody out. Just the second hit for the Blue Jays this series with a runner in scoring position. They are now 2 for 14.
And it was hit so hard, no chance for Lewis to score. And just like that, the tying run comes to the plate.
The game has taken on a different complexion. Terry Francona at the top step of the dugout. Major League leader in home run at the plate. Bouncing ball could be 2. Lowry to second for 1. First base, double play. Bautista went after the first pitch and hits into a double play. Fred Lewis scores on the play. It's a 4-2 ball game. But the Red Sox will gladly trade a run for 2 outs.
Certainly, especially with the power coming up. This is tailor-made. Same thing happened back in the 4th inning after the first 2 batters got on. A ground-out double play by Lynn. This time it's Bautista. Lowry to Hall to Martinez to finish it off.
Vernon Wells had a single in his last at bat. Hit it right past Blackie into center field. Bounce to third. Big 2 hops for Beltre, who rights himself and fires Wells out at first. A promising inning. The Blue Jays scratch out 1, but can't get anything more against John Lackey. After 6 innings.
Boston was hitting. Adam Lind knows he has to hurry. The high throw takes Percy high, and he comes down on the bag. The right ankle twists, and he limped off the field, went down into the dugout, and he is now out of the ball game. That high throw, good athletic play by Percy to catch the ball, but he comes down on the edge of the base, twists his ankle, so he is out. Jason Frazier now takes over. He will be the third pitcher of the afternoon for the Blue Jays.
Frazier set to work the 7th inning, trying to keep the Red Sox at bay here, making his 49th appearance of the season. It's a 4-2 ball game as Frazier is set to start the 7th inning. Jed Lowry homered in his last at bat. He bats from the left side for the first time this afternoon. He homered, walked, he scored a couple and driven in one. Two balls and a strike to Jed Lowry.
Lowry was part of that great draft class that the Boston Red Sox had back in 2005. They basically restocked their whole farm system with a great draft.
When you look at that draft, that's one of the best drafts in baseball in the history of the draft. Lowry was a 45th pick in the first-round supplemental draft. Lowry was drafted out of Stanford University, and he was a supplemental pick for the loss of free agent Orlando Cabrera. He and Jacoby Ellsbury were draft choices that the Red Sox got because Cabrera was a Type A free agent.
You can throw Clay Buchholz into that mix also. They had just come off the World Series championship and had some free agents and let them go, picked up some extra picks and made them count.
There's a pop-up drifting into the seats along the left field line. That was just a terrific draft for everybody in baseball, but the Red Sox did a great job. They got Ellsbury in that draft. They also got Craig Hansen, who they rushed to the big leagues, and that didn't pan out. But Clay Buchholz, Jed Lowry, and Micah both. They had 5 players in the first 47 picks that all pitched in the big leagues or played in the big leagues. Full count. Breaking ball fouled off.
I remember that draft, the heat that Theo Epstein took for letting Pedro Martinez go. He was a free agent after the World Series, and everybody was saying, you got to sign him, you got to sign him. Well, they let him go and signed with the Mets. Used that draft pick to get Clay Buchholz, who might be one of the better pitchers right now in the American League. Leads the AL in earned run average after that great performance last night.
And they popped out of play. Old-time general managers would tell you you're better off to be 1 year too early than 1 year too late.
Branch Rickey. Let them go while they still have some value. You wait 1 year too many, you might not be able to get anything for them.
You'll be saddled with an unproductive player, and you won't be able to turn him into anything in a trade. Another full count pitch from Frazier. This ball is hit high to left field, but Travis Snyder's got a beat on it. Lowry's retired, run down here in the 7th. Big crowd here this afternoon, 37,271. That's the 3rd largest crowd of the season. They had a big crowd opening day for the White Sox and in the Yankees series back in June, but this has been a terrific crowd in response to the very good play of the Blue Jays. Jays would love to reward them with a W here this afternoon.
Yeah, give them something to cheer about. We haven't heard too much from the Campton kids, who can really get loud on days like today.
Victor Martinez has another base hit. Lined into right field. Second hit of the day. He's also chipped in with a sac fly.
Another multi-hit game for Victor Martinez, his 27th of the season. He'll lull you to sleep his first couple of times up, taking pitches, and then when you need it, he'll whip on that first one, which he did right there.
Now, this guy won't lull you to sleep. He'll beat you over the head with that bat. David Ortiz has homered, his 25th home run, giving him 7 seasons with the Red Sox of 25 or more. He hasn't had a lot of success against Jason Frazier, just 2 for 16.
He has had some success against the Blue Jays, though. 37 home runs. He was tied with Jason Giambi for the 6th most home runs against the Blue Jays in their career. That home run last time broke that tie.
The ball and no strikes. It's a 4-2 game here as we play in the 7th. A good fastball. Ball on the strike. Blue Jays will have 3 more at bats to get back in this game. Imperative the bullpen keeps the Red Sox in check.
But you know what I keep thinking as we get later and later into this game? 2 guys, Daniel Bard and Jonathan Papelbon. They make it so difficult as you get into the later stages of a ball game with that 1-2 punch coming out of the pen.
A high fly ball into shallow center field. Reynolds coming in. Ortiz is retired. Frazier made a good pitch with the fastball. Check in with Sam Cosentino.
Buck, earlier this inning, you were discussing the draft, so an important storyline to keep with the Blue Jays as they move out to the West Coast. The draft deadline Sunday night at 12 p.m. Eastern time, so the Blue Jays still have some picks to get signed. Some are still waiting the approval of Major League Baseball, but the big guy is Deck McGuire, the first-round pick, 11th overall, has yet to be signed. There's still negotiations ongoing, but definitely something to keep an eye on as we move towards that deadline.
2 outs now for Adrian Beltre. Beltre, the third baseman, has been quiet today, 0 for 3. Just foul outside the bag at third.
He is quick on the inner half, Beltre. It's a short stroke, but with plenty of pop. You can see him thinking about that, staying inside the ball, keeping that ball fair. 21 home runs, 79 driven in.
Two outs. Frazier ahead of Beltre. No balls and a strike. That changeup just missed down and in. Beltre has terrific power to the opposite field. We saw that when he hit that 3-run home run to right center in the 5th inning of last night's game. Breaking ball for his strike.
He's been consistent throughout his whole career. He has reached 20 home runs for the 8th time in his career. 323 big league home runs now. Check that, 282 career big league homers. And a Gold Glove.
Down in the dirt. 2-2. 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Jason Frazier working his first inning. David Percy pitched an inning and 2/3, allowing just 1 hit. We're not really sure if it was his ankle They forced him out of the game, or Cedar Gaston was going to make a change no matter what. But he's tripped over the bag at first, retiring Ellsbury to end the 6th. 2-2. Got him. Beltre strikes out swinging to end the 7th inning. Frazier gives up a single to Martinez, but strands him at first. Good breaking ball gets Beltre. Statistical information provided by Stats Inc. Music provided by Universal Canada. Bottom of the 7th inning at Rogers Center. Blue Jays trail 4-2. John Lackey holding them down on just 6 hits. He falls behind Adam Lind. 2 balls and no strikes. Lind hit a ball right on the button back in the 4th inning, but it was right to the second baseman, Billy Hall, who turned it into a double play.
Just missed the ball his first time up on a fly ball to right field. Really starting to find it now. That timing. Running into some good pitching, too.
Fouls off that cutter on the 2-1 pitch. It's 2-2 to start the 7th.
What he's been doing has been against some pretty good staffs. The Yankees, the Rays, and now the Boston Red Sox. Not doing it against second-rate pitching.
Swinging a drive to the gap in center field. Ellsbury won't get it. It hits off the wall. Lind around first. Headed for second. A leadoff double here in the 7th.
One of the things that he is doing is he's staying back on the ball. Let that beautiful swing take him forward. Up-breaking ball from Lackey is hit right off the wall, the bottom of the wall by Lind in right center field for the double on a line. Good to see him swinging the bat like we all know he can.
Aaron Hill lays off the pitch up and in. Hill has a single. He also has 18 homers. 19 right now would be sweet. Bouncing ball to short. Lind has to hold at second, and Hill's retired. Felix Dubrow, the big left-hander, starts to loosen up for Boston. Dubrow was the winning pitcher in the first game of this series. It came in relief of Daisuke Matsuzaka in the 7th inning. Travis Snyder, 1 for 2. The beauty of this Blue Jays lineup, up and down the order, anybody can get you right back in the game with one swing of the bat.
Snyder did that the other day. Blue Jays were down by a couple of runs, 3 runs, in fact.
There's a drive to center field. Ellsbury back. He's got a beat on the warning track, and he'll make the catch.
And he almost did it again. Something up in the strike zone from John Lackey, and he got away with it. Travis Snyder just missed that one.
Thought he might have hit it toward the end of the bat.
Just a little bit, but that is right in the swing plane of Travis Snyder. Just off the sweet spot.
Lackey's done a good job of pitching with the leadoff double at second. And he's going to get out of it. Ellsbury, deep center field, and Carnacion flies out on the first pitch. Lackey gives up the leadoff double, but Lynn can't move any further. It's still a 2-run game. Boston leads it 4-2. With terrific offers on quality vehicles, summer's a great time to buy a Toyota. It'll be a new pitcher. The left-hander Scott Downs comes on to work the 8th inning. Jason Frazier pitched the 7th inning. And now Downs will try to keep this a 2-run ball game. His 51st appearance of the season.
Great numbers, almost a 4-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. He certainly has had a great season coming out of that pen for Cedar Gas, and he leads the club with those 20 holds. You see some good relief pitching from both of these teams in this series. Daniel Barb will probably see at some point today. We haven't seen him yet. Scott Downs with his 20 hold that ranks him 3rd in the American League.
A good sinking fastball down and in. Drew swung right over the top of it. Downs worked in Tuesday night's game. Came on in the 7th inning. We got a big double play off the bat of Victor Martinez to end the 7th. 2 balls and a strike to J.D. Drew. Left field, Travis Snyder back, ball carrying right in front of the wall. He makes the catch. Drew gave it a ride, but Snyder makes the play in left.
He has such an easy swing, you're not sure if that ball's going to carry. But that took Travis Snyder all the way up against the wall for the first out. And Scott Downs gets to deal with Bill Hall, who has followed up the great game that he had yesterday with a rough one this afternoon.
Baseball was very humbling. Struck out 3 times this afternoon. One strikeout this time, but he hits a ground ball to the second baseman. 2 quick outs here in the 8th.
So you had a chance to see Jared Saltalamacchia today. What do you think?
Well, I think he's got a chance, and the Red Sox have a real dilemma with their pitching situation with Varitek, latter stages of his career. Victor Martinez, potentially a free agent at the end of this year. They haven't had anybody come up from the minor leagues and do a job worthy of some encouragement that they might be able to take over. So Saltalamacchia was acquired at the end of July.
They haven't needed a catcher for so long because of the great job that Varitek has done for him.
Saltalamacchia just turned 25 years old. Seems like he's older than that. We've been hearing about him so long. Jason Varitek, the captain, out with the broken foot right now.
The skill set is there.
Yeah. I mean, he's big, strong. He reminds a lot of people of Ted Simmons, the great catcher for the Cardinals, in that he's a switch hitter with power, can hit from both sides of the plate. I think the Boston Red Sox have made a great move in acquiring Saltalamacchia. Base hit to right field. This ball will go all the way to the wall. Around first and headed for second is Saltalamacchia. The head first slide, and he delivers a 2-out double. 2 hits this afternoon.
There's nothing wrong with the way that he swings to the bat. Goes down and slices this ball by Adam Lind, who's playing first base today. Got enough hair on it to get it all the way into the corner for extra bases. Switch hitter with some power.
Well, I think the Red Sox have the right combination to bring the best out with Saltalamacchia. Even the rest of this season being around Jason Varitek and Victor Martinez, but the catching coach, Gary Tuck, who's out in the bullpen. In my mind, he's the best catching instructor in the game. And he works at it every single day with the regulars. Big run at second for the Red Sox. Darnell McDonald takes the first pitch down. Scott Downs trying to keep it a 2-run game. McDonald had a single in his last at bat in the 6th. Also had a triple in last night's game in his only at bat. Drives this ball to center field. Brendan Wells is not going to get it. Saltalamacchia comes around third, scores. McDonald thinking about 3, and he will have it. A stand-up triple for Darnell McDonald. He drives in a big run, that 5th run of the ball game.
Yeah, it certainly is a big run. From 2 runs to 3 runs, and you only have 2 shots at it. Picked up his first triple of the season yesterday when he drove a ball to left center field off the top of the wall. This time he splits the gap in right center field, and with that very good speed, he's thinking 3 all the way. No chance for the Blue Jays to throw him out. A couple of 2-out extra base hits gets the Red Sox a couple of at least 1 run.
All right, that's a snapshot of the Red Sox season. Saltalamacchia gets a big double with 2 outs, and then Darnell McDonald again delivering a clutch hit. Ellsbury fouls off the first pitch. There have been so many role players contributing to this Red Sox effort this year because of the multitude of injuries.
If you had said some of the names in spring training that they're going to have big games, big hits for, Bill Hall, Daniel Nava, Darnell McDonald, you would have said, what's going on here?
Little flare that Escobar will be able to make the catch, but the Red Sox come up with a big insurance run here in the 8th inning. Back-to-back 2-out extra base hits. The triple by Darnell McDonald makes it a 5-2 game. Presented by Burger King, home of the Whopper.
Jared Saltalamacchia has a couple of doubles this game. This could have been number 3, but a great defensive play by Edwin Encarnacion takes away extra bases, dives to his right, and then comes up accurately on one hop to Adam Lind to take away extra bases from Saltalamacchia.
Visit BlueJays.com/Burger King to register for a chance to win prizes with the Burger King Super Fan Contest. Edwin Encarnacion with the at-home play of the game here this afternoon. He has really played great defense in the second half of the season. Elena cuts on the breaking ball. Lackey ahead of 1-2.
Much better outing this afternoon from John Lackey for the Red Sox. He's lost 4 of his last 5 decisions. Pitching 6 innings last time against New York, lost that. Pitched into the 6th inning against Cleveland and lost that game versus the Tribe.
Line drive right at the shortstop, Jed Lowry. 1 out here in the 8th.
Throwing strikes early and often gets his team into the 8th inning.
Designated hitter Fred Lewis will stand in against John Lackey. Fastball missed inside. Lewis 1 for 3 with a double. Breaking ball popped into right field. J.D. Drew has had a busy day. 2 outs here in the 8th.
Daniel Bard is up and throwing, and he is ready. That run in the top of this inning, I think, afforded the luxury of Terry Francona to squeeze a few more pitches out of John Lackey.
And no reason not to, given the fact they're going to fly to Texas to take on the Rangers if you can keep your bullpen a little bit fresher heading into that series.
He was up and getting loose in the top of the inning, figuring that he would have to come up with a 2-run lead and come out in the bottom of the inning. They score that run. Lackey goes back out there. Maybe get him through this inning, and Bard can finish it up if they want to. Give Jonathan Papelbon a day off before they head to Texas.
bounce to shortstop. Lowry on the run, makes a good throw. Good inning for John Lackey, a 1-2-3 8th inning. He is in the driver's seat. His ball club leads by 3. As we mentioned before, after this game, the Blue Jays will fly out west to take on the Angels for a 3-game series. And then after that, on Sunday, they'll go up to Oakland to take on the Athletics. 3 games, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. They'll have an off day in Boston on Thursday before they resume the road trip with a 3-game set at Fenway. And then the Yankees and Tigers come to town.
Some decent pitching staffs the Blue Jays are going to see. They get Santana, Heron, Los Angeles. So it gets tougher. Kevin Gregg into the game. Last time we saw him was 6 days ago when he was picking up his 25th save of the season versus Tampa. So he needs some work before they head out on the road.
It's a real difficult thing managing your closer when you haven't had an awful lot of save opportunities. You don't want him to sit too long and gather rust, but at the same time, you're always worried about 3 or 4 save opportunities in a row when you might need them.
That's happened a couple of times this year to the Blue Jays, where Gregg was sitting for a while and Cito hits him into a game, but then they have 2 games back-to-back after that where they've needed him.
3 balls and a strike to the leadoff batter, Jed Lowry. Good fastball down and away. Leadoff walk issued to Lowry. Red Sox scored 2 in the 3rd, added 2 more in the 5th inning. Blue Jays had a single run in the 4th and a single run in the 6th. And then that big 5th run came in the 8th inning with 2 outs.
Home runs by the Red Sox in this series. They've hit a few more than the Blue Jays.
8 home runs for Boston in this series. Victor Martinez average up to 287. Swings with the first pitch and pops it into foul ground. Encarnacion over near the seats makes the catch, and Martinez is retired. One down here in the 9th. Fastball missed the outside corner. Looking ahead to the bottom of the ninth inning, Bautista, Wells, and Lynn, the scheduled hitters. Fouled off the catcher, Jose Molina. Not sure where it got him. Maybe on the shoulder. You can see him moving that left arm around.
It happens so quickly. Big cut by Ortiz. Let's see where it hits him.
Right off the point of that shoulder. I don't miss that.
You can see on the right side he's got a pad to cover that point of the shoulder on his throwing arm, but exposed on the left side. That's where he got knocked.
A ball and a strike. One out here in the ninth inning. Fastball cut on and missed. Ortiz in the fifth inning against Brad Mills gets a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate and hits it into the Red Sox bullpen. Number 25 on the season for the Red Sox DH. Knocked out of play. Played outside. 2-2.
Looked like he tried to quick pitch him. Came to a quick stop and then tried to catch him by surprise, but it's just off the plate.
Missing that outside corner.
He's tried to backdoor that cutter a few times to the left-handed batters this year. Yet he hasn't pitched in 6 days. You can see there's a little bit of a rust factor working right now for Kevin Gray. Hasn't had the pinpoint control that we've seen from him.
There goes Lowry at first. The ball is fouled by Ortiz. Lowry was on the move with the pitch. He has a steal in today's game. He was the trail runner when Ellsbury stole third. They pulled off the double steal back into third. So it'll be another full count pitch to David Ortiz. One out here in the ninth. Red Sox up by 3. There goes Lowry. Swinging a drive left field. Travis Snyder on the run, on the track. Has room, makes the catch. Lowry retreats to first base. Ball carried a long way, all the way to the wall in left center.
Yeah, he doesn't have power just on the pull side. David Ortiz could knock the ball out of any part of the ballpark. Ball kept carrying, took Snyder all the way back to the wall.
Adrian Beltre with a runner at first base and 2 down. Beltre 0 for 4. Swings with the first pitch and pops it into center. Wells has it. Beltre 0 for 5 on the afternoon. Kevin Gregg strands a runner. It'll be Vernon Wells batting second behind Jose Bautista. Middle of the order for the Blue Jays. They've got a chance. Bottom of the ninth. Bottom of the ninth, looking for his first complete game since September 10th last year against Seattle.
That was 27 starts ago. Just 91 pitches. Very efficient outing for John Lackey as he pitches into the ninth inning. His season high in innings pitched in a game was 8. That was 4 starts ago against Seattle.
A ball and a strike to Jose Bautista. Popped up over near the Red Sox dugout. Saltalamacchia doesn't have a play on it. Victor Martinez was there as well. John Lackey's done a great job. A couple of times he really got into tough situations in the fourth. First 2 batters reached, he got the double play off the bat of Adam Lind. In the sixth, first 2 batters reached, he got the double play off the bat of Jose Bautista.
You know, another thing that I noticed that when he has done today is when he has needed to make a big pitch, he's like pulled off a little bit. He's just thrown one of those little cutters, takes a little something off of it, and he's had the Blue Jays out in front on.
It'll be a full count to start the bottom of the ninth. Very effective start by John Lackey here this afternoon. Another pop-up. He's had that pitch working for him all afternoon. Just a little extra hop on his fastball. Blue Jays can't square up the fastball.
Just a little bit of late movement on the outer half to the righties.
Bringing a drive to left field. Bautista has just gone deep. Home run number 36 for Jose Bautista.
You know, this whole game, John Lackey has kept the ball away from Bautista. Struck him out, first time up, walked, and then the double play, but everything was away. He missed his spot. He wanted to go away again, and this one was right down Broadway. Bautista all season long has not missed this pitch. Fastball, high arcing drive to left field.
What a quick bat. That bat flew through the zone. 36 homers, now 88 RBI, and he may have just knocked John Lackey out of the ballgame. Perry Francona has Jonathan Papelbon loose in the bullpen. Reluctantly, Lackey gives the ball up. A great start here this afternoon by the Red Sox right-hander. But Jonathan Papelbon has never blown a save to the Blue Jays. off the ninth inning has knocked John Blackie out of this ball game and has brought in Jonathan Papelbon. Look at the most saves from 2006 to 2010. Papelbon is actually ahead of Mariano Rivera for that time frame.
Not a good thing if you're facing Jonathan Papelbon. Everybody talks about Mariano Rivera, and he got a big one yesterday down in Texas, but it's been Papelbon with 180. 29 saves this season. It ties for third in the American League. Picked up that 29th just the other day. Looking for a fifth straight year with at least 30 saves. 29 for 34. If he gets it, becomes the first player ever with 30 or more saves in each of his first 5 full Major League seasons. Pretty impressive numbers.
Lackey sits on the bench and watches Papelbon set to work to Vernon Wells. Papelbon has saved 24 straight save opportunities against the Blue Jays. Vernon Wells to right field. J.D. Drew over. He won't get it. Hits it at the base of the wall. Wells around first, headed for second. It's a lead. Double for Vernon Wells. That'll bring the tying run to the plate against Papelbon.
Not wasting any time. Vernon Wells scorches the ball to right field. High fastball. That's where he likes it. Slicing away from J.D. Drew. Thought he had a shot at it, but the ball's just twisting away from him. A double. And the home run ability of the Blue Jays, they are never out of a game.
Adam Lynn has hit the ball hard all afternoon. Nobody out. 5-3 Red Sox. Hit on the ground, through there, in the base, in the field. Vernon Wells around third, he'll score. It's a one-run game. Adam Lynn hit a good pitch, looked like a splitter, right back over the mound into center.
And that's been the pitch that has really helped Papelbon put together this great season. The splitter is back, but this time too much of the plate. Too high, right back through the wickets. Adam Lynn with a multi-hit game, and the Jays are now down by just one.
Vernon Wells scores the fourth Blue Jay run. Pinch runner has come on at first base. As Lynn leaves the game, Dwayne Wise is on, representing the tying run. Aaron Hill. Wise has 2 steals in 2 attempts this year. Nobody out. There goes Wise. Pitch down and away. Throw from Saltalamacchia, not in time. Stolen base, Dwayne Wise.
Didn't have a big lead over first base like he was lulling him to sleep, but he moves on the first movement of Papelbon. And that ball gets into the dirt, dug out by Lauer. No chance to get Dwayne Wise. Third stolen base of the season.
Tying run in scoring position. Breaking ball in the dirt. Blue Jays just 3 for 18 in this series with runners in scoring position. Papelbon has recorded 24 straight saves against the Blue Jays. Good slider from Papelbon. A ball and 2 strikes. Fastball fouled out of play. We mentioned Blue Jays headed to the 9th inning with the meat of their order. Had a chance to get back in this ball game, and Bautista got it started with the home run. Wells doubled, and then Lynn drives him in. Aaron Hill has a chance to tie it up here with nobody out. Right back to Papelbon. Hill going to first. He's safe. Line drive hit Papelbon. After he delivered the pitch, he couldn't make a play on Aaron Hill. Runners at the corner, still nobody out.
I got the feeling that he wasn't real sure where he wanted to go with that pitch. It looked like they tried to go inside. He held the ball, held the ball, held the ball. And then Hill picks up a base hit when he knocks it off the foot of Papelbon. You can see they wanted it in and it went away. Came that close from tying it up, but hustles at first base, first and third. Terry Francona out now to talk to his closer to see if he is okay. Travis Snyder will get a shot.
Tuesday night, Travis Snyder batting against Papelbon. Look at this pitch he hits off the center field fence.
Yeah, look where it is, about a foot off the ground, but that great natural power, he drives it off the top of the wall in center field for extra bases. Wouldn't that be nice if he could do that again?
Papelbon throwing a couple of pitches to see if he's okay. Tells Terry Francona he's fine, but he's in a jam. We mentioned that Papelbon ahead of Mariano Rivera in saves from 2006. Travis Snyder with nobody out, runners at the corners. Wise at third, Hill at first. Blue Jays down by a run. In the dirt and blocked by Saltalamacchia. A ball and no strikes.
Sitting on the heater and got the split.
Daniel Bard up again in the Red Sox bullpen. A ball and a strike. 96 with the heater.
Ball seems to elevate, doesn't it, from Papelbon? When he comes right at you like that with that fastball. He's got a couple of ways to go here now against Travis Snyder. He just got him swinging at a splitter, or he can elevate once again.
With the fastball, 98 miles an hour. Reach back for a little extra.
And found something. Strike 2 was 96 in this spot. Strike 3 was 98. Right on the outside corner. 1 out.
You had mentioned how Papelbon feels particularly strong now. He has been able to maintain his stamina and strength into the second half.
Limiting his pitches as John Farrell's trotting out now to talk to him. They want to make sure everybody knows what they want to do against Edwin Encarnacion. Less pitches this year means more strength in the second half for Jonathan Papelbon.
Now, this is a two-fold visit, I believe, with Papelbon and Farrell. You can see Farrell talking to Lowry, the shortstop, as far as the coverage. Should the Blue Jays try to steal a run here with Hill at first and Wise at third. And now the final instructions as to how they're going to approach Encarnacion. There aren't many at-bats, but it was a good one for Edwin Encarnacion. A home run against Papelbon. Breaking ball for a strike. Lyle Overbay has grabbed a bat. He's come out on deck. He would hit for Jose Molina. No balls and a strike.
If you are an infielder in this situation where you got to want the ball. You got to want the ball hit to you. First and third, 1 out. Infield playing deep for the double play.
And Lowry at shortstop. You can see playing to pull Encarnacion. A pull hitter, but it's hard to pull a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. 1-1. Breaking ball down. 2 balls and a strike. Wise, the pinch runner, represents the tying run at third. Just 90 feet away. Hill, the infield single at first. Nothing doing on the fake to third, whip to first.
You have to be almost perfect to pull off a double steal in this situation. You got a huge hole on the right side if you keep that runner at first base. Look at all the room that you can squib one through.
2 balls and a strike. He's headed to third. He will stop there. Encarnacion with the game-tying double.
Played perfectly by Darnell McDonald, or this game is over. The ball hit hard by Encarnacion. Keeps it between Beltre and the bag down the left field line. And when it ricochets off that short wall down the left field line, it comes right to McDonald. If that could have gotten into the corner, this game is over. McDonald plays it perfectly, and he has to hold Aaron Hill at third base. You can't score him there.
And Encarnacion delivers. The pinch hitter Overbay will be intentionally walked. 5 hits in the inning. 3 runs off of Papelbon. Ball 4. The bases will be loaded. Terry Francona is going to make the pitching change. He comes out of the dugout. He's got Daniel Bard ready and waiting. And Jonathan Papelbon, for the first time in his career, will be charged with a blown save against the Blue Jays. Gave up 4 hits in the inning. He leaves with the bases loaded. John Lackey started the inning and gave up the leadoff home run to Jose Bautista. Then Papelbon came out of the bullpen, gave up a double to Vernon Wells on the first pitch. Adam Lynn drove Wells in. Aaron Hill hit a comebacker off the foot of Papelbon. Snyder struck out, and then Edwin Encarnacion delivers the game-tying double just inside the bag at third. Overbay has issued the intentional walk. The bases are loaded. The infield is in. Fred Lewis will face Daniel Bard.
No runs allowed in 18 of his last 20 flamethrower. You know Fred Lewis is going to get a fastball at some point in this at-bat.
The outfield very shallow. No swing on the appeal. There's the outfield. Well in.
I think the infield's got to come in too. They can't afford to try and go double play around the horn. They have to come home to first with that good speed that Lewis had.
Bringing a fly ball to center. Ellsbury medium deep to tag at third. Aaron Hill headed for home. The Blue Jays win it. Fred Lewis delivers the sac fly in the bottom of the ninth inning with 1 out. The Blue Jays come back against Lackey, Papelbon, and Bard to win the finale of this game, scoring 4 in the bottom of the ninth.
Daniel Bard, the big flamethrower out of the bullpen. You know Fred Lewis was going to get a fastball at some point. He holds up on the first one and then bangs it deep enough for a sacrifice fly. The Blue Jays pick up their first walk-off win since June 5th. That was against the Yankees, and how sweet is that to snatch one away from the Red Sox.
Fred Lewis delivers the sacrifice fly to center field. Picks up his 31st RBI. Ellsbury in shallow center field. Can't throw out Aaron Hill, who scores the winning run here in the 9th inning. The Blue Jays come through against the toughest of the Red Sox bullpen. Lynn, Hill tags at third. Here's the throw offline and late as Aaron Hill slides across with the winning run.
Ellsbury had to go back on that ball, so he couldn't get a whole lot on it. Jubilation for the Blue Jays as they pick up the walk-off win.
Let's check in with Sam Cosentino standing by with Fred Lewis.
Fred, you get into the start of that inning, and the Blue Jays look like they're going to get swept there. What are you thinking in the dugout?
Well, it's amazing. I mean, you just have to stay within inside yourself, and I mean, just thinking, that we can come back and get this game.
The guys upstairs were talking about Daniel Bard for sure is going to give you a fastball at some point. Take us through the at-bat to win the game in the sac fly.
Well, the first pitch, I mean, I was geared up for fastball, and then the second pitch, I got a fastball, and I got jammed a little bit, and I just drove it out there further enough that where he can get in and score.
To talk about this Blue Jays team, you look at on the hands of being a sweep and now pick up the win. How important was it to get the win in this game based on all that's gone on here with this homestand in Tampa Bay and now here in Boston?
I mean, it's great. I mean, because we need to get on the plane and be, happy because, it's a long ride to the West Coast. And, I mean, just to be on the plane and be mad, I mean, it's not a good plane ride.
Freddie, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Fred Lewis wins it with a sac fly. Buck?
Thank you, Sammy. What a way to finish up this series. The celebration at first base as the Red Sox give up 4 runs on 5 hits in the ninth. The Blue Jays come back to win the series finale. Blue Jays will head out to Anaheim. We'll see you Friday night.